Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Tati, back with another review, this time AEW Rampage. You guys, we started off with trios action. So we had Chaos versus United Empire. And you know what? Mark Davis is still injured. He's already had surgery. So tonight we had Jeff Cobb teaming up with Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher. And lately, I've been crushing on Kyle Fletcher. He is absolutely amazing in the ring. I love his persona, and he's just so cool to watch. So if you haven't seen him, not only as a tag team partner, but doing singles matches, you're totally missing out on some really great wrestling. So we really had a great match with these two teams. Now the crowd is feeling it. They're doing the usual. All these guys have really great chemistry. However, I have to point out, if anyone else didn't notice, but I really felt like Trent Beretta had a off night here. It seemed like his head wasn't in the game the whole time, and I really think that showed. There was a lot of moves that he tried to execute, and it came off like he was stumbling, and some things came off a little sloppy or whatnot. So it just seemed like he just wasn't in it 100% for me. Sometimes it's really hard for me not to notice these little things. And you know, when you're working in front of a camera for hundreds of thousands of people to see, you know, you're human, you make mistakes, but sometimes it's hard to kind of turn away from those things. But even though that was the case, I still feel like he did a great job with his team. Now, I have to say, like, we're seeing like trios action here and there in AEW. There's a lot of great trios. However, where the hell is House of Black? Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing House of Black go against United Empire. I think that would be a really cool matchup. I know we've already seen I believe House of Black have already gone against Chaos before, or at least with not with Rocky, but with what's the dude that I'm sick of? Orange Cassidy. Yeah, we've seen stuff like that. But anyway, I just feel like there needs to be more of an emphasis with this trios titles. Like, what is going on? We need better stuff from House of Black. We need to see them more, that's for sure. You're shoving down Orange Cassidy down our throats every week. Why not shove down our throats some House of Black? Why not? I want to see these guys too. Anyway, this was a really great match. I thought this was going to be the main event until I realized Takeshita and Bandito was on this card. So that we did have for the main event. But this is one of those matches I feel like was actually worth watching on the show. It's really great to see Will Ospreay back on AEW TV. I really like what happened at the end of Dynamite the other day. So this was a great showing of Will, but I don't think we saw him enough in this match. At times I saw him just hiding out by the ring post or whatever, acting like he was hurt or whatever. And we really got to see a little bit more of Kyle and Jeff Cobb in this match. But either way, y'all already know we're going to see some good stuff with Will coming up at Forbidden Door against Kenny Omega. If you didn't watch this, go ahead and check it out. I do think everyone did a really great job. And yes, United Empire took the win. Up next, we had Taya Valkyrie versus Trish Adora. Now, last night on ROH, I really enjoyed Trish versus Athena last night in a Proving Ground match. She did a really awesome job. Now, this time she went against Taya Valkyrie. I didn't really enjoy this match. Now, literally, this could have been a bathroom break for me, but I wanted to see what these girls were going to do. Right now, the storyline is Taya didn't get a chance to win the TBS title, and Chris Statlander just came out of the blue and ended up winning that title after that open challenge from Jade Cargill. Now, I get it. If I was Taya Valkyrie, I'd be feeling some type of way like this bitch been gone for so long. I've been putting in some work since I got here, and now she wins the title and not me. I totally get it. However, I just don't like the way they've been booking her with these matches, trying to show like why she should be the TBS title, but I haven't really truly enjoyed any matches that she's had in AEW. Yeah, certain things have been decent, but what has she done that's been memorable? For me, not much. But I will admit this, though. I don't want to feel like Taya is going from promotion to promotion and not getting the opportunity that she deserved. I really feel like from the get-go, since around the time that Chris had got injured, she was definitely next in line for the TBS title. Absolutely agree with that. But if she's gone, not being able to put in the work and someone else is, why not give it to someone else? I don't mind that at all. Now, I don't think Taya had like the best debut in AEW or whatever, but I do see that she's putting out the work and some effort. This match right here just wasn't it for me. It's not like the chemistry was bad. I just felt like, they want to tell a story that Taya deserves to be TBS champion instead of Chris. And really, I'm just not feeling it. Taya does end up taking the win. I would like to see more of Trish. I really do like her. But for Taya, I want to see something more convincing with her. I think her acting actually sucks, but I want to see some really, really great dominating matches with her that are more impressive, because honestly, I haven't seen anything so impressive from both Taya nor Chris in the past few weeks. So next we have the Hardys and Isaiah Cassidy and Ethan Page. They're taking on the Guns next week. So on Wednesday, the Guns will put a little challenge out to the Hardys. They want to go against them, and the Hardys have accepted. Now, I don't really care about this, and I'm not really impressed with the Guns or anything at this point. But the only thing that I did take from this whole promo was Jeff Hardy's shirt. He had a shirt. It was a Shad Gaspard shirt. And oh my God, every time I think about him, I feel so emotional. He was someone that I really liked when I was younger. I know a lot of people think representation doesn't matter or whatever, but being a kid from Brooklyn and seeing Brooklyn people doing Brooklyn things on TV was absolutely amazing to me. So I was a really big fan of Crime Time back in the day. And, how he ended up passing away was just so sad, and so he did something so selfless. He made sure that he took care of his son in his last few moments, and his son is around and kicking today, and unfortunately we lost Shad in that situation. So I'm really glad to see Shad get a little recognition, even though it was a silent recognition from Jeff Hardy with that shirt on, but it really made me so emotional seeing that. But as far as seeing this tag team match with these two, honestly, I don't care. Next up, we had mixed trios tag. We had Karen Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal versus Aubrey Edwards, Mark Briscoe, and Papa Briscoe. Now, look, I am all for comedy and wrestling when it's funny. And this is just one of those cases where it's like, I'm not laughing. This is just cringy. To me, I just feel like the whole thing with Jay Lethal and friends, that whole thing has ran its course, and I'm over it. I want to see Jay Lethal doing things on his own, which is what he's best at. However, if you're into cringy, goofy wrestling, then maybe you might enjoy this. And even though I don't mind the goofy shit, I still didn't enjoy this. Now, personally, I don't want to see Karen Jarrett in the ring. I don't even want to see her ringside. Aubrey Edwards, I don't want to see her wrestling in the ring. Sometimes I don't even want to see her officiating matches. She's one of those referees that I felt like I don't want to say tries to put a spotlight on herself. Like, referees are supposed to be there, but not be seen type of thing. And it's like, for her, sometimes it's just not the case. So I'm not really a big fan of Aubrey Edwards, but there were some cute little girls in the audience that were wearing referee shirts. So I thought that was really, really cool, seeing girls that might be interested in being referees. I like that. Now, this match here, nothing special about it, just goofy shit going on. Yeah, we had Mark Briscoe being the actual only wrestler on his team, while we had Jeff and Jay being wrestlers on their team. So that played a little bit of an advantage for Jay's team or whatnot, but it still wasn't that great. Yes, there were moments that they tried to put Aubrey over. Yes, there were moments that were great for Papa Briscoe, but I just felt like overall, it just really sort of was a waste of time, at least for me. You guys already know who ends up taking the win here. Papa Briscoe, Mark, and Aubrey takes the win. Really, I would have loved to see something better. And you know what? Aubrey ends up taking the win, locking the figure 4 onto Karen. Karen immediately taps or whatever. And I'm just like, oh my God, who the hell is going to enjoy this? Definitely not me. If you didn't see it, skip it. All right, y'all, main event time. We had Takeshita versus Bandito. Before this match, we had Mark Henry, who is basically introducing us to the main event, doing those interviews that he normally usually do almost every week, but we haven't seen it that much lately. Now, Don Callis is doing all the talking for Takeshita, and he's giving us a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of Japanese, and he's letting everybody know the new god of wrestling is Takeshita. And you know what? That's sort of convincing. He's super great in the ring. Now, he is, letting people know, like, Takeshita's the future. Kenny Omega ain't shit. And you know what? I find it entertaining. I ain't got no problem with that. So now, on to the main event. We got 2 really, really great wrestlers in the ring. And let me just say what I really like about Bandito. Bandito is one of those luchadors who shows versatility. A lot of other luchadors, I'm not going to be pointing out names or whatever, they stick to what they know, but they don't show other styles other than that. It's all about doing really cool spots and flips and acrobatics and all that stuff that people like, stuff that, the casual fan can enjoy. But for some of us who prefer more technical side of things, Bandito, he really shows that whoever he gets in the ring with, he can be himself, but he can also, hold his own against those other wrestlers. So this match, I knew it was going to be really, really great. And I think this was more geared for Takeshita taking a win here, having a strong win against a strong wrestler. The other day, we had Takeshita versus some dude that looked like Sean Spears, and it was like a 2-second match, and it did absolutely nothing for Takeshita. So I'm glad that they were able to take a moment and just be like, hold on, we gotta fix this. And they put him in a ring with Bandito. They had a really great match. It probably went on 15 minutes or so. So they started off really strong, and I felt like towards the middle, things died down a bit. So it got a little slow. And this is one of those things I keep saying. I really wish that they would not do commercials during main events. I feel like that can really take your focus away from the match because you're looking at commercials. I don't want to see no Applebee's commercial at 10 o'clock at night, making me feel even hungrier or whatever when I don't want to eat late. And it's just like, it's distracting, and you want to pay attention to these main events. So it kind of takes you away from the match. So now, towards the end, I will say like the last 5 minutes, things start picking up and get really, really intense. And we're at the point where it's like, Bandito can take the win or Takeshita can take the win, and either way I wouldn't be mad at it. But for storyline purposes, Takeshita definitely needed this win. Now, my complaint with this match is that while I do feel like this was match of the night and it was excellent, I didn't like how they finished this off. Takeshita takes a win with a knee to the face. That's just like, what the hell? I felt like with those last few moments of the match where it became intense, he should have had a much more intense finisher. And unfortunately, I just hate like these little crappy ass endings to really, really great matches. Either way, I enjoyed this. This was my match of the night. If you didn't see it, go check it out. I really, really like these two guys in the ring. Now, I forgot to mention this, but when Takeshita comes out, you see on the screen this ridiculous painting. I'll show you guys here. It's Takeshita. He has a spear in his hand. No, an arrow in his hand. And it's his body, but his lower half is a horse. And Don Callis is on his fucking back with a... What the hell is this? Honestly, I was dying laughing when I saw it. I just thought it was absolutely funny, but genius at the same time. When I think of wrestling and comedy, stupid shit like this is what I think about. I think whoever made this had a lot of time on their hands, and it looks great, but it's weird as hell. I don't mind it. You know, Don Callis, he has a lot of experience, and I really hope him being at Takesha's side is really going to help him. I really do hope that it's a big thing for Takesha, because he's somebody that I feel like it's going to be the top guy in AEW if they, you know, fix a couple of things that needs to be fixed. And definitely when I say that, the language barrier is something that is definitely going to have to improve in the next few years. But other than that, Rampage was decent. The only one I think you could really watch here is the main event and the opening match. Everything else just seems like we just have time. We're just gonna give you bullshit. Either way, guys, tomorrow is Collision. I can't wait to see how that goes. So I will be reviewing that tomorrow night. Guys, thanks for watching my review. Good night.